Support for Musicology comes from the College of Arts and Letters at Cal State San Bernardino, an Inland Empire hub for the arts and humanities, and home to the Robert and Frances Fullerton Museum of Art, and Coyote Radio, playing local bands 24/7. The College of Arts and Letters at Cal State San Bernardino. Learn more at cal.csusb.edu.
Hey there, music fans. I'm your host, Manel Michelle, and you are watching The Musicology Show. On today's episode, we have the Kim Martin Band and the LowTops all the way from Hawaii. So keep it locked right here on Musicology.
Just sipping on apple whiskey, tripping on memories deep inside. Bittersweet redemption from another place and time. Shoot 2 for 1 on Wednesday, and by Thursday I'll be fine. Good for the soul, good for the peace of mind. 1 for my soul, 1 more for peace of mind. I got laid back, homegrown California style. Yearning, burning desire to be moving on before I'm long gone. And I can hear the bayou calling me, can taste that wild honey in the breeze. Yes, I'm an old southern soul, 'cause I feel it's time to roll. Gotta let those roads take me home. Have a little mercy on my old southern soul. Have a little mercy. I've been known to tie one on with outlaws on the run, but you can't tame a rebel heart that's only out for fun. Just blame my old friend number 7 for fueling up my spot. It's Mr. B that takes me home tonight. On a roller southbound to the wild side. Yes, I'm an old southern soul, 'cause I feel it's time to roll. Gotta let those back roads take me home. Have a little mercy on my old southern soul. Have a little mercy. Peacefully underneath the shade, buried with my rockin' Ryan loaded 38. Could have been Bonnie, could have been Clyde, could have been one more dead than alive. And I'm coming back to raise some hell tonight. Gonna get a little crazy up that Bergen Trail tonight. Yes, I'm an old southern soul, and I feel it's time to roll.
What is Music? Country music, also known as country and western or simply country, is a genre of popular music that originated in the southern United States in the early 1920s. It takes its roots from genres such as Appalachian folk, western music, and blues. Country music often consists of ballads and dance tunes with music simple forms, folk lyrics, and harmonies, accompanied by mostly string instruments such as banjos, electric and acoustic guitars, steel guitars, fiddles, as well as harmonicas. Blues have been used extensively throughout its recorded history. The term country music gained popularity in the 1940s in preference to the earlier term hillbilly music. The U.S. Congress has formally recognized Bristol, Tennessee as the birthplace of country music, based on the historic Bristol recording sessions of 1927. New York City record label OK Records began issuing hillbilly music records by Fiddlin' John Carson in 1923, followed by Columbia Records, Samantha Bumgarner in 1924, and RCA Victor Records in 1927, with the first famous pioneers of the genre, Jimmy Rogers, and the first family of country music, the Carter family. During the second generation, 1930s and 1940s, radio became a popular source of entertainment, and barn dance shows featuring country music were started all over the South, and as far north as Chicago, and as far west as California.
Well, how do you do, neighbors, and welcome to another Saturday night Sunset Valley Barn Dance Time, brought to you on good old Channel 5. Say we've got a grand crowd here in the studio.
The most important was the Grand Ole Opry, which began airing in 1925 by radio station WSM in Nashville, and continuing to the present day. During the 1930s and 1940s, cowboy songs or western music, which had been recorded since the 1920s, were made popular by films made in Hollywood. Bob Wills was another country musician from the lower Great Plains, who had become very popular as a leader of a hot string band, and who also appeared in Hollywood westerns. His mix of country and jazz, which started out as dance hall music, would become known as Western Swing. Wills was one of the first country musicians known to have added an electric guitar to his band in 1938. Country musicians began recording boogie in 1939, shortly after it had been played at Carnegie Hall when Johnny Barfield recorded Boogie Woogie. During the fifth generation of country music in the 1990s, country music became a worldwide phenomenon. Two types of artists enjoyed mainstream popularity: neo-traditionalists such as Alan Jackson, and the more broadly popular stadium country acts, in particular Garth Brooks. In the 1990s and early 2000s, the Dixie Chicks became one of the most popular country bands. The sixth generation of country music, the 2000s to the present, has seen a certain amount of diversification in regard to country music styles. The influence of rock music and country had become more overt during the late 2000s and early 2010s. Hip-hop also made its mark on country music with the emergence of country rap. Most of the best-selling country songs of this era were in the country pop genre, such as those by Lady Antebellum, Florida Georgia Line, Carrie Underwood, and Taylor Swift. Hope you enjoyed this segment of What is Music?
I was born on a southbound Greyhound bus. Didn't need much money, loving was plenty for us. Got my mama's draw, my daddy's rebel yell. I'm half outlaw, half southern belle. Just a country girl at heart, if you can tell. That southern charm and comfort's calling me back. And I'd like to get on lady like on Jack. Steal the night away in Charlotte. You'll be wrecked and I'll be scarlet. The southern girl knows how to get the party started. Take me down Smoky Mountain Path. Take me down that old Blue Ridge Road. Well, the willow know me well in the hollow raising hell. Just a country girl at heart, if you can't tell. But bless her little heart, kitchen will keep you squeaky clean. We bleed by water where I come from, that triple proof homemade rum. I'm a backwoods daughter and roll with a shotgun. Take me down Smoky Mountain bound. Take me down that old Blue Ridge Road, where the willow know me well in the hollow raising hell. Just a country girl at heart, if you can't tell. That southern freight train, she's singing my song. The one that's going, come on girl, get on back home. About sweet as sugar maple and homemade brew, but stings you like a bee on that Mountain Dew. Like good old boys, pickup trucks, barefoot home cooked down home love, just some of the things country girls are made of. Take me down on Smoky Mountain bound. Take me down that old Blue Ridge Road, where the river will wait for me and kinfolks on your knee. Just a country girl at heart, if you can't see, where the willow know me well in the hollow raising hell. Just a country girl at heart, if you can't tell. Said I'm a country girl at heart, if you can't tell. I'm just a country girl at heart, if you can't tell.
Hello, this is Indiana Rob with a Musicology History Tidbit. My baby love, my baby love, my history, oh how I need ya.
It's Musicology.
Ooh, baby love, baby love, I need you, oh how I need you. Don't throw our love away. Don't throw.
Diane Earl Ross was born March 26, 1944. Diana Ross grew up in the Detroit projects and was neighbors and had a fling with famous Motown singer Smokey Robinson. She started out singing at the young age of 15 with the Primettes and later was signed by Barry Gordon in 1961, and they were renamed the Supremes. The Supremes took Diana Ross as lead vocalist in 1963. Then with Florence Ballard and Mary Wilson, the super diva group was complete. The Supremes reached superstardom with their hit Where Did Our Love Go in 1965. Then hit #1 on Billboard with Baby Love and Stop in the Name of Love. The Supremes played San Bernardino's famous Swing Auditorium in 1969, even opened by the Jackson 5, Incrediburgable. At the concert, the Supremes were honored with the key to the city of San Bernardino. San Bernardino's Mayor Ballard was quoted, "The Supremes have truly created a guiding light for our young people, proving that determination can bring fulfillment and success. Their unselfishness in giving help to those in need are indicative of their character. And these three girls who have sold millions of records, entertained all over the world, yet have not lost sight of their own humble childhood in a poor section of Detroit." Diana Ross's solo singing career blossomed with the 1970s hit, "Ain't No Mountain In the 1971 movie Lady Sings the Blues, Diana Ross was nominated for an Academy Award. Ross was married twice and had 5 kids in her long career as mommy and performer. In 2012, she received her first Grammy for Lifetime Achievement. Then in 2016, President Obama gave her the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Holy sharkopotamus! And that's a Musicology History Tidbit!
Musicology. Them be the raka shaka, brah.
Just mine. There's the truth we are destined to find. But how could I know what is right for you? And how could you tell me what is my truth? They say that we are sheep, we follow, we never see. But I cannot believe that we were born to die. There must be more to learn. And the earth, sun, and sea, we belong to the stars. We're born to be free. Look inside and you'll know. There's the magic that needs to follow.
So, what is music? The third generation of country music, between 1950s and 1960s, started at the end of World War II with mountaineer string band music known as bluegrass. Bluegrass music emerged when Bill Monroe, along with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, were introduced by Roy Acuff at the Grand Ole Opry. Another type of stripped-down and raw music with a variety of moods and basic ensemble of guitars, bass, dobro, or steel guitars, and later drums, became popular among poor whites in Texas and Oklahoma. It became known as honky-tonk. Honky-tonk has its roots in Western swing and the ranchera music of Mexico and the border states. By the early 1950s, a blend of Western swing, country boogie, and honky-tonk was played by most country bands. Rockabilly was most popular with country fans in the 1950s, and 1956 could be called the year of rockabilly in country music, with Johnny Cash emerging as one of the most popular and enduring representatives of the rockabilly genre. Rockabilly was also a starting point for eventual rock and roll superstar Elvis Presley, who would return to his country roots near the end of his life. Beginning in the mid-1950s and reaching its peak during the early 1960s, the Nashville sound turned country music into a multi-million-dollar industry centered in Nashville, Tennessee. Patsy Cline and Jim Reeves were two of the most broadly popular Nashville sound artists, and their deaths and separate plane crashes in the early 1960s were a factor of the genre's decline. In the late 1960s, American music produced a unique blend as a result of traditionalist backlash within separate genres. In the aftermath of the British invasion, many desired a return to the old values of rock and roll. At the time, there was a lack of enthusiasm in the country sector for Nashville-produced music. What resulted was a crossbred genre known as country rock. Fourth-generation country music between 1970s and 1980s, this music included outlaw country with roots in the California-based Bakersfield sound. Between 1972 and 1975, singer and guitarist John Denver released a series of hugely successful songs, blending country and folk rock music styles. During the early 1980s, country artists continued to see their records perform well in the pop charts. Hope you enjoyed this segment of What is Music?
Once again, I'm Manel Michelle. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Musicology Show. Another great episode. If you think you have what it takes to be on the show, just submit your music to musicologyie.com. And who knows, you might be the next featured artist on this show. Till next time.
LowTops performance, song 1, take 2.
Sit back, relax, and close your eyes.